Pudge isn't something to fear. Faceless instantly picks Pudge, and you lose against Faceless, and then next time, oh, you don't ban Pudge because you don't respect Black. Oh, trust. This is a rookie mistake as far as drafting is concerned.
It's a good old meme from the Alliance days. I appreciate that one. I gotta say though, there's a lot of heroes you gotta ban against Faceless, it seems. Most people ban things like Shadow Demon or Rubik against Nuts, and then you gotta ban out some of Ice Ice's hero. I've seen a draft where they ban out 5 of Ice Ice's heroes, and then he's like, "Lo, I play 6, no problem." And then he's good. It's just really hard to beat Faceless just via bans. It feels like you have to outdraft them and outplay them, which very few teams in the world are capable of doing both.
Especially because Faceless's tried and true heroes are not really top tier meta picks all the time. It's ones that like Invoker rarely gets banned out these days. Pudge obviously never gets banned out, but you might have to start doing that. Rubik only really gets banned out second phase, typically, and Faceless has no fear picking at first phase. So it's really either you give Faceless meta heroes or you give Faceless comfort heroes.
And neither is good.
Neither is good.
So, because of these arrows out of the pick ban phase, I don't actually know who has the first pick. But if Trust does not have the first pick, they need to take out the Rubik now. Because every time I see Underlord going up against Rubik, Rubik is just absolutely free. Also, by having Rubik on Face's side, they're going to be able to pick up Enigma and not have too much fear of the thing being stolen as well. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, Rubik made so much sense. Even beyond Underlord, Shikuchi Weaver is one, like, you would pick Rubik just for that many of the time. Signature Trust has to have something up their sleeve, right? Like, unless they just want to put on another exhibition, give Pudge, Black Pudge another montage video that he can make, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Weaver is definitely very good against the Pudge, per se. Like, you could just time-lapse when you get hooked, and this could be a support Weaver. I think support Weaver is one of the few support heroes that can mirror the Pudge movement across the map, and also not be in fear of getting killed, like when you're in the river randomly. So, if that's their game plan to shut down Pudge, so far I'm on board. They need a little bit more though, but there are only 2 heroes in, so let's see.
Yeah, you need more because you don't really want to have to counter out a 4-position roaming hero who, I mean, if he has as large of an impact, then sure, why not? Go for something like a Silencer as well, which it's going to help out the Weaver. I don't really know, though, how well Silencer is going to do in lane, especially because the way that Faceless is playing is really high aggression. And Silencer, he's usually best whenever he can just be played as like a zoning support, that just tossing glaives, bothering an offlaner really by spamming last word and stuff like that. If he has to deal with constant gank attempts, I don't really know how he fares.
I mean, in the dark, he's actually pretty good against most offlaners, right? Because glaive is so nice as a harassing tool. You don't pull creep aggro, so you can kind of go ham. He's not very good against Pudge, obviously, in the laning phase, because you get hooked and you just die. But once the mid game comes, I feel like if you get a good Pit of Malice, or rather, if they hook one of you and you just global on top, suddenly I think Trust could just take the team fight. And this is going to be some of another one of Ice Ice's more popular heroes is the Magnus, and he is a god on this hero. Also goes for the Helm of Dominator and just farms.
This is why Ice Ice is like consistently one of my favorite offlaners to watch. He's a bit he's a feast or famine kind of player, I think. Like sometimes he's just like balling out of control, and then sometimes you're like, Ice Ice, what are you doing? But the thing that I love most is the fact that he's always not really playing like the most meta heroes, like I was saying earlier on. Magnus, who the hell bans or even plays Magnus these days?
You know, we're seeing so many meeples. I would imagine Magnus should be more and more popular of a pick as a result, but
I would think so if he's being paired up with someone like a Sven or some other like right-clicky hero. Okay. And I mean, Faceless still has many options. Juggernaut's still in the pool. Like I mentioned, Sven is still in the pool. But I think Faceless is crazy enough that they'll just pick a Magnus and go like, has Ice Ice been going like the Echo Saber damage build Magnus?
No, he goes for the Helm of Dominator instead. And obviously the Echo Saber farms a little bit faster, but he really likes Helm of Dominator in terms of the utility it brings to the team.
Okay, yeah, looking at a previous game, he actually went for Helm and then Blink Shadowblade BKB.
Yeah. So he's going to go for the teamfight route regardless. I've seen him go like a refresher as well as after a Blink. But Helm seems to be always kind of the nice stat boosting start that he wants. I'm thinking more of the black hero here. Or sorry, rather the XY hero. I feel like a Slark would be pretty decent against what Trust has currently got, because they don't really have the best lockdown. And if you want a melee hero to take Empower, you know, that's not bad. Also, PA is obviously... Okay, well, Magnus... Sorry, not Magnus. The Slark gets taken out here by Trust, and they go for the Lone Sniper. I gotta say, this Earthshaker has to do a lot of work in terms of like providing the lockdown, because they're very soft on that department.
Well, so do you think it's necessary lockdown for offensive purposes or lockdown for defensive purposes to protect these squishy carries that are Weaver and Lone Druid?
I mean, a bit of both, right? Like with Silencer, when you're going on the offensive, you definitely want to have some lockdown to make sure they stay in place, so you could use the global and lay on the damage. And also when they're going on you with RP, having some stuns is quite nice. But so to answer your question, for neither department in particular, but just good to have.
Alright, well, right now I'm mainly concerned about the laning phase for Trust, because outside of Underlord, none of these heroes seem to do particularly well against Faceless heroes. I don't know how many times I've seen... Well, so is it a mid-Lone Druid or a mid-Weaver, do you think?
It looks like a carry Weaver and a mid-Lone Druid.
Phantom Assassin.
But it could be like a mid-Silencer, right? Like, is that too out of the question here?
I think that's too out of the question.
Okay.
I mean, they would have to...
Could be a mid-Shaker, too.
There's no way... Oh, yeah, that's what it is. No. It's mid-Underlord. How could I forget?
Alright, that's for sure not the case. Mid-Underlord, I could toss that one out, but...
Oh, sure. Now I go a step too far.
I mean, who's gonna go offlane if it's mid-Underlord, right?
I mean, they have, like, basically 5 offlane heroes drafted for Signature Trust.
But Underlord's probably the best one out of... I don't know. Whatever the case
Or they could go aggressive. They can do some sort of aggressive lane with the Lone Druid, really bully this Phantom Assassin, because, yet again, Faceless is kind of banking on all of these utility positions, like the Magnus utility, the Pudge utility, them being able to scale into the mid and late game, which worked really well in Game 1, but if they don't get as good of a start as they did in Game 1, then it might be a little bit difficult again. So Black always plays aggressively, but we'll see how Faceless wants to lane this.
So one thing I noticed about Jabs when he plays Invoker, he will obviously do the first Sunstrike, right? You know, to see people. And then he'll stay in the fountain and keep throwing out Sunstrikes. Like he's waiting right now. He's going to throw out another Sunstrike soon. Where is it?
Where is it?
Alright, at the rune spot. Top rune spot. Did not hit anybody. Sometimes I see him even like wait for another one just to get more information, but once in a while it hits. It annoys the enemy a little bit, but...
So what, do they want to duel at this Radiant bot rune, or why... What is with this peculiar positioning of Faceless? Why are they only going for one of their runes?
Yeah, that's... I mean, maybe they're thinking of what you're saying, right? Going offensive. Well, you said that the Trust team could go offensive, but when you have a PA...
No. I did mean Faceless going offensive, because so you would be right. If they want to go for an aggressive tri-lane right off the bat, then it would take a while to rotate one hero from that top rune protection detail to walk on down. So, well, now as I say that, Nuts and XY are heading up top, so I don't really know.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna just kind of do the standard laning, the most standard laning, and it's gonna be a mid Lone Druid versus the Invoker.
Radiant on one side,
and it's going to be most likely primary ranged druid, as we are very rarely seeing. I see it every once in a while, which is why I propose that maybe it's a Radiance bear, but it almost never is. And speaking of the bear, it is blocking the Dire jungle camp right now, so
yes.
Nice little play by this mid lone druid.
You basically do a lot of push shenanigans, but it looks like Black has found another spot, because this spot has been here forever. Like, you could done it like 2-3 patch ago. Yeah. You only have one bear. You can't block 2 spots.
And he can't even return the bear. The bear is basically like it's a ward right now. Oh, look, that's. I know people have been prioritizing the bear less and less, but come on, it deserves better than this.
He's trying to block
unless if it's
2 spawns.
unless if it's a sick wraparound, the sickest wraparound on Jabs. No.
He's gonna be fine. But Jabs is taking a ton of harass from a lone druid without bear, so that's impressive.
Well, it's because his creep wave vanished, as evidenced by this pudge.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
So
Ooh,
that's
Pudge
no problem.
trying to get the extent of the pull, but a lot of the experience is going to get denied here, and Pudge comfortably is going to hit to level 2 as well as have go for boots. So that's pretty decent. By the way, did you check my audio levels? Is everything okay?
I don't see people screaming, but if I do, don't worry. You will be the first to know.
Thank you. I had people screaming from me in all directions.
Yes, I know. Especially me.
Got screaming on Skype, got screaming on Twitter. My girlfriend
Screaming
was
in the
screaming
game.
in the kitchen. Everyone's
Screaming at this Underlord bullying 2 heroes, now Pudge enters.
Oh, okay. He's still bowling 3 heroes. Does not matter here. Okay, he might die here now. He's
He
surrounded
has
by 3.
plus 40 damage from Atrophy Aura
Not
right
gonna
now.
be, no.
Oh, the hook.
Took the whole creep wave, 3 heroes pummeling on him. It's, I mean, Underlord might be a crazy hero. Not that strong.
Not that strong, but Black with the ice in his veins, because if he had missed that hook, I'm pretty sure that at least he would have died, and I can't guarantee that Underlord would have died as well.
I mean, Black missing hook? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's true. It's blasphemy.
Yeah, it was a point blank hook as well, so.
Yeah, but you know, I've seen plenty of pub players be like, "Oh, there are 5 creeps surrounding this person. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm gonna get this hook for sure."
And they do, right?
Of course, every time.
So last game we saw this exact matchup, the Weaver versus we saw Weaver versus Pitlord, but right now Ice is making a very strong Pitlord impression as he is bowling Likel's out of the lane.
Magnus pressure, you mean?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm saying like last game Pitlord also bowled him out of the lane.
Oh yes, yes. Which is surprising because I don't consider Magnus to be like he doesn't have any inherent tanking skills like an Underlord does with Atrophy Aura and stuff like that. And going up against what we had mentioned before, a support that can toss out an orb that does a fair amount of damage, most offlaners would have a tough time against that. But it seems like with just a stout shield, Ice is doing just fine against a relatively aggressive lane. I would have thought that Shikuchi, Swarm, Last Word, Glaives, like it's not easy to go up against that.
I mean, I think that is going to be the case if Likel's was at higher HP and is able to use Sakuchi offensively, but Ice has been doing a very good job of hitting his shockwave on the creeps as well as on the heroes. I think that's more so on Likel's making a mistake, getting hit by those shockwaves. But regardless, he has gotten hit by those shockwaves, so there's really no threat whatsoever now. Tigger can harass, but then what? Like,
well, at least now Ice is out of mana, and he doesn't have any mana regen items, so
Shrine's
it's gonna
also
be...
down. So I don't know who actually used it. Maybe he did.
Ooh, Black. I'm not looking at anything else. I don't care if there's a kill on the other side of the map. Actually, I'll watch it. You watch Black. Oh man, X-Spy did almost die top lane. But now Black, oh my god.
Yeah, he just walks up to raw Tigger. Tigger's gonna be dead here. Likel's only has level 1 Sakuchi. He's gonna come in and try to get a kill. The Radcliffe's gonna come through the hit.
The Madman!
But the fissure though. Mr. Jin Sunstrike?
Sunstrike?
On point. That's gonna hit.
Even when you kill Black, it was all according to plan. He was 10 steps ahead. He knew that the Weaver would commit for it.
Well, I mean, Japs knew. I think Japs was ahead.
It's team coordination.
Alright, we got My Pro. Farming away up top. Gonna get lifted back into a hook, I imagine. No, Black's gonna just walk through the Firestorm. And My Pro makes a smart decision. I think he understands he has to fight. Oh, Black missing the hook here. One more right click. Oh, he's not gonna die. And now, everyone's just kiting around and Faceless. Gonna pick up yet another kill.
I don't know what to say.
He missed
I
a hook.
can't believe it. He missed a point-blank hook. Black.
Sometimes point blank hooks are actually harder to hit, in my opinion.
What? That's what I just said, and you were like, "Oh, well, it was a point-blank. It doesn't matter how many creeps are there." And now look at this.
Yeah.
I can't get a read on you at all.
I don't know what I'm trying to say either. Jabs in the mid lane might get ganked here as the rotations are coming in. Is the bear level 5? Yeah, he is. So a root into a fissure or the other way around should be easy.
Yeah, especially because Jabs this time has not gone for the alacrity point in Wex, so he won't have access to Ghost Walk either if it's needed.
Oh, that's interesting. Why he went for a last game but not this one? Because
Who was the mid matchup last time?
Meeple.
Yes. Yeah, that is surprising then. I would have figured you would have needed more against a lone druid than a Meepo, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's no need to rush Force Spirits anymore, right? Because you only have one, regardless.
Correct. Yeah. Which maybe he'll go for the talent. Cold Snap into Force Spirits can be pretty annoying this game for heroes like the Weaver or the Earthshaker, and I mean even the Lone Druid as well.
Well, I gotta say, we keep mentioning Black being a kind of big annoyance. The cores of Sick Trez are very good against Pudge, right? Weaver being able to escape, the Bear having Savage Roar, and even the supports, they have a lot of counterplay versus the Pudge, so I think Black should have a slightly weaker game compared to the last.
It's harder, but it was never really just Black on Pudge. Like, it's been this combo that we're seeing right now, Black and Nuts hanging around with each other, which means that if there is a hook, even on a Weaver, Nuts can probably still manage to get the telekinesis, and I mean, he has detection as well. Hook, of course.
Yep. Was not watching top, should have been watching top. My pro is going to drop that Firestorm, and interesting to see him not even dropping the Pit of Malice. Probably would have died regardless, but, you know, make them work for it.
Yeah, now these roaming combination that I mentioned, Black and Nuts, going to be going elsewhere, maybe heading on to this mid lane where Silencer has showed up. And why is Silencer over here mid?
PP's just jungling. I don't know if this is actually faster, but Hook on the
Mr.
mid
Jin?
lane, Mr. Jin!
Are you? I mean, yes, of course. That was, oh, there's the Cold Snap.
Yep. So one thing we're seeing from these ganks, and honestly, maybe I should have put it on like Dire Vision, or rather Radiant Vision, was that Black was just outside of nighttime Radiant Vision. It looked like Earthshaker should be able to see him, but he did not, and that's... I think it's even much more impressive when you see it on Radiant Vision, like the hook just coming out of nowhere and hitting you like that.
Especially because they were just top, and it seems that the Faceless supports are interested in just making sure that this Underlord doesn't become a factor, but you always need to be very wary if you don't have good vision on the map, and even these tiny little gaps will get you.
They had ward up top. They should have known that the rotation was coming. They weren't smoked or anything,
true.
So
Yeah.
I think that was more or less a careless play by Signature Trust. Alright, they see him now. I mean, the last game that Signature Trust lost wasn't about getting outscaled. That eventually was the case, but they just died to this Pudge like 6 or 7 times. And it doesn't matter what carry hero you have, like, you're just gonna get out-farmed. Which is pretty much what happened. And it's happening right now as well.
Jabs is scaling so well last game, and he's managed to complete a really early Midas on this Invoker, even without that alacrity point. So, yet again, even if you do manage to keep up in net worth with the Invoker, like you said, the Pudge factor is just, it's like a multiplier on an Invoker or any core that Faceless has. And I haven't even mentioned this PA, but she's been getting kind of bullied by MyPro, but is still doing fine in net worth, basically keeping pace with the Weaver.
I mean, he's bullying MyPro right now, but... sorry, MyPro's bullying, but he's about to die again, right? He's behind the enemy creep wave. Here comes the Invoker.
Yes.
And... I mean, who's bullying who? Okay. Well, they're gonna try to kill an XY. They are probably gonna get the kill. But Tigger's gonna go... Wait,
the
curse,
will get
curse, one
the
more?
curse, yeah.
Dude, he's too smart. He's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Why is everyone surviving with like 10 HP on Faceless? That's always the case. Every time I look at Nuts, he's at 10 HP, but he's okay.
The maximum value headdress. Oh, a weaker PA would have gone for the Glove of Haste first, but XY... Oh!
Got him.
My god.
Yeah.
How did they have vision for that? Oh, of course.
Yeah,
this ward that we had mentioned at the very beginning.
Yeah. And good game sense by Mr. Jin, right? You see a PA that low, you know he's going to go Shrine, not base. So, kind of just walk down the river alongside and got the free pick off. That was really big. Like, they needed to shut down XY.
Yeah, and giving it to an Earthshaker who we had saw get hooked earlier on in the mid lane, he would really not want to have to be the 5 position. He wants to get far more farm than the Silencer, but it's difficult because Earthshaker has to fight for it, as we can see right now.
Well, I think one Shaker being able to pick up Link is one of kind of the big evolution of the hero.
Which, this game, it's going to be... Oh, wait, there's Pudge doing something? Oh, yes, there he is. Silencer.
Yeah. Alright, maybe I just keep the camera on Pudge.
This is the Black Show
Yeah.
on BET.
That's some reference that I'm not getting, but okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Ice is up to no good, as per usual. No RP skill. Not a good spell anyway.
Oh yeah, so what I was going to say is that these 2 initiators of the Earthshaker and the Magnus is definitely going to get his blink sooner than the Earthshaker. And then it really kind of comes down to the fact that what does Earthshaker want to do? Because he might get forced into a Force Staff if he's not able to get 2,200 gold on this not very aggressive team that Signature Trust is playing with. So they're not going to be getting kills very often. Where else is Earthshaker going to get this farm? Maybe on a kill attempt. Nuts going in on Silencer, a hook.
Fissure? Oh, does not matter. Spells has been casted. Nuts steals
Ooh,
Fissure.
Fissure stolen.
Okay. Nuts has Fissure. We'll drop it, but Sakuchi is going to come. They still have the Bugs on Nuts. They're going to try to kill the Bugs for him, but one more Gemini attack will do it. Lakel's does not have to... Oh, he does, excuse me. So he should be fine.
Yeah, he has time-lapse too now.
Tower's getting beat down.
And now, not only do they get a couple kills up here, Trust is also going to get a tier 1 tower. So, despite my pro dying a couple times up here, he's relentless on his assault. Bottom lane
Yeah, and
here.
they're not going to let Magnus going to get a trade-off tower either.
Yeah, never mind. I thought Mr. Jim was going to set up a kill, but no mana. Okay, XY might be in a little bit
Top
trouble
one.
here.
Yeah.
Centaur has already used a stomp, but they're not going to go for the chase.
Oh no, Magnus might be in trouble in the bot lane. Curse used. It's kind of difficult to get a good Fissure.
Body block?
though.
Body block?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's fine. They don't even chase him up the hill. He has a raindrop, so he should be fine.
And actually, wow. I didn't even realize this. Magnus level 10, no RP.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Yeah, so yeah, he went for the attack speed. Went for the Helm of the Dominator, so we'll see if he... Oh. So that was a Fissure block.
Nah, see it. Sorry. Bottom lane, my pro gonna get chased down here by Chi support. The Firestorm doing a lot of work. Nuts taking a ton of damage. Looks like he has dropped the Firestorm as well. And Black already building on yet another streak. 4-1 and 6.
This combination is terrifying. I don't think, like, even if you, like... I would have never thought that Black and Nuts would have this good chemistry, seeing as how I think in most of their games they're not really paired up like this.
Well, they're laning
but
together always, right?
That's
Might not be
true.
ganking together, but they're definitely zoning out the offlaner and whatnot. XY is going to get chased Fissure from a mile away, and now XY needs to, well, blink, but Lakel's is already on top of that. That should be a very easy kill. XY might get a secondary here as Nuts. Nice hook here by Black. Global's going to come down here, but Nuts has already stolen Sakuchi as a result, so he doesn't die. Global gets wasted. Black picks up another kill. That's a long cooldown to put down. Meanwhile, on the bottom side here, Ice. Jamming it in versus MyPro. Tower goes down. I'm not sure who got the last hit.
It was Magnus. He got
Okay.
it. It was a really good presence of mind by Lakel's to not immediately start attacking out of Shikuchi after the PA got blocked, but instead knew that PA's creep wave was coming and chased into it. That PA kill is very important, and this Juggernaut, this, RP committed, Underlord kill.
I mean, as we saw last game, Ice is not shy to commit big ultimate just for a single kill, and we're still early enough in the game to make that okay. But Pitlord, despite his numerous deaths, 0 and 6 already, this might be the most opportune time to say that he is actually creating a ton of space, I think, on the map.
Dude has managed to finish a mech, despite being bad. So yeah, he's creating oceans of space right now.
And look at Mr. Jin, he's using that space very well. You're talking about he's gonna get the blink after the Magnus. Look at his gold. 1930.
Yeah, those few kills made a world of difference. He's, yes, technically going to beat Magnus to the blink, but that's because Magnus stopped off for some other items, but it's initiation one way or the other. It doesn't really matter what items you have behind it. So, and I mean, the one hero that we haven't been able to mention right now is the Lone Druid. All of this time, he's been off the map, quietly farming, completed his Maelstrom Dragonlance, and more importantly, he's level 14, which means that he's about to get his 65 damage talent.
Yes. I think if Lone Druid could have it anyway, is Caster not mentioning him, right? That means he's just free farming.
True.
Yeah. And now, looks like we're gonna do a little bit of pressure on the bottom tower. Gonna be hard, despite RP not being available, because one Pudge hook just makes your position so bad. But it looks like the Black Pudge is trying to finish his Midas up top.
He might get punished, though. Or actually, Lakel's might get punished. This is very aggressive play by Lakel's.
Is he gonna get hooked back in? Lakel's gotta be very careful about his swarm usage, because that's really the only thing protecting that Sakuchi from being stolen. So
that is true. But I guess he sees Rubik. He's going to have to be forced to...
Well, Rubik...
Oh. Whoa, what?
Everyone be microing.
Whose centaur was that? Oh, it's Isis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Even Isis, without being playing a summon hero, still manages to find a way to raise his APM.
Meanwhile, Lakel's almost forces a kill on Pudge on bottom, forces him to TP out. Mid lane, MyPro is going to drop a 2-man Firestorm. Port in is going to be from Lone Druid. Blink Echo Slam onto PA. Perfect chase on from Mr. Jin. That also got jabbed as well. I don't think they could chase for another kill. Blink Dagger in 3 seconds. They have Blink Enchant Totem. Look at that.
Oh my god.
The right click range here from TP. I gotta say.
Lone Druid isn't even 15 yet, goddamn.
Yeah. Oh, he will be 15 soon, especially if the game going this way. Trust definitely playing super well this game.
This Earthshaker is making the difference. All those early game kills, and then that was one hell of a way to show off your shiny new Blink Dagger getting a kill on the PA, who isn't really the most farmed core. Right now she's actually the 3rd farmed core on Team Faceless, but still, it's the core that'll need to scale the most. And every kill is very valuable, so if they can manage to transition to a tower push and now maybe a second one as they Dark Rift to the bot lane.
I'm not too worried about the PA because there is access to Empower this game. Like, he is going to get his farm arm eventually.
True.
And I think very similar to the last game, I think Jabs is really the true carry of the team, right? Because he's always on top of the network. And it looks like he's going to go for the Yules this game as well, but a little bit of a difference in terms of order. Gone for the BOT first. Oh, no.
Possibly concerned?
Looks like he switched back. He dropped... He has a Void Stone, had the Yules queued up, now he's going to go back for an Axe.
Casual Void Stone, I guess? It's something you don't really see too commonly on an Invoker. Oh, no. He's just very, very farmed, and he had the full Yules completed.
Oh,
as
it's
they
just
smoke
flying
up.
out, okay.
Correct.
Well, they want PP.
Blink Dagger
RP.
reveal on the Magnus.
Okay, the global a little bit off the point, the RP... Okay, the Fissure's gonna hit here. PP might still die. Does he have Savage Wars on cooldown? And now, nice fight here by Pudge. On the back line here, Pudge gets lifted up as well. Lakel's
Fissure stolen.
Okay. Jab's going invis. That's gonna break the bug. And now, Lakel's is not gonna chase. I gotta say, well, Lakel's still going in. I don't know if he's gonna actually force anything. I gotta say, these globals are just a tad too late.
It's difficult to react because I don't think they knew that Magnus had his Blink Dagger completed.
Sure.
So you can't really read that, especially because they smoked up for that, and you'd think you'd have good vision being at your own Ancients. But at least,
Radiant's top tower is taking
mid lane.
hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least they managed to kill the Lone Druid, and I mean, at least Signature Trust managed to not have more of their heroes die. Rather, is a better way to put it. Oh man, Black. It's gonna see Mr. Jin TPing in, but doesn't actually go for the hook. His tower top is gonna go down.
One last top tower for the Radiant.
Lakel's moving forward. He's actually playing super aggressive. It's a
He's feeling very safe with this Lincoln's now that it's completed, because there's no real easy way to pop it right now in Faceless.
Bear being fissure blocked a little bit, gets lifted up. They really want him. Okay.
Taking a ton of damage from it though. Nice fissure.
Okay. Can they actually get him? He's walking extremely fast here. Curse is going to hit on top, and the nuke is going to be big, and yeah, that's going to be enough. PP was long attack range, able to get off a couple of shots. Meanwhile, though, Ice already splitting push on the bot lane. Look at him. He might not have Echo Saber, but it's punching the tower pretty hard.
Yeah, that's pretty high attack speed, and if he can manage to get a tier 2 for a tier 2 mid, that's a really big perk, because he'll have RP up in 1 second as well if Signature Trust wants to continue the push. He's TPing back now.
Yep. Blink RP available. That's going to hit only on one, though, and that's going to be a tough one. He's going to have to pop the mech, pop the Magic 6. He's very tanky. Blink Ultra Slam onto 2, and now Black in a lot of trouble. XY also going to be dead. Great Fissure to block off the retreat path of Black. Nuts does have a Fissure Steal, but not going to be enough. Mr. Jin, is he really going for it? No, he's going to back it off, and the RP not only... Like, only getting one is just not enough, especially on that one.
Yeah, and he knew that he wouldn't have been able to get the Weaver because it was under the true side of the tower, so Ice could have canceled it, but against this team of Signature Trust, like, you can't reasonably expect to get out once you blink in, so might as well commit, otherwise you might just get chain stunned and then you won't even get the Underlord kill.
Sure. Underlord, again, his score is ugly, it's 0 and 7, but I feel like in this game he has created so much space for the rest of his team that it's completely justifiable. And looks like he's going to go for the exact same build that he went for last game, the Greaves into Crimson.
Yeah, Crimson's going to be very important because PA, while we had mentioned not a factor early on, once Empower gets up and running along with this Desolator that she's completed, right-clicks will become an issue for the squishy supports of Signature Trust.
Alright, Mr. Jin inside the Roshan pit. Are you guys surprised at all about how careless it seems like that Faceless has been around the Shaker?
Yes,
Multiple fights
mainly
in a row now. He gets like...
that is true, and I think it's because it's a bit of a snowballing effect because once you give, well, not all Earthshakers, but Mr. Jin is showing that once you give his Earthshaker an inch, he's going to take a mile because it's just a fissure block here and there. Maybe a PA dies. Oh no, he's got a Blink Dagger. I've got Echo Slammed in the mid lane. Oh geez, it's a team fight and we're getting Echo Slammed, all 4 of us. Now Faceless, hopefully, are going to be a little bit more wise with their initiation.
Yeah. And of course, it's not just Mr. Jin. I gotta say, Tigger's global, even though defensively it hasn't been on point, offensively it's much easier to land, and he has landed all of them in combination with the Shaker. And when you're getting chain stunned with the global on top, there's really nothing much you could do about it.
Thankfully, Magnus has completed a BKB, so he's going to be able to do a little bit against it. But he's the only one on his team that has a BKB. Invoker has a Yules, as we had mentioned before, so that'll kind of help out with the silence. But PA doesn't have anything. Has the BKB queued up, but is still miles away from it. So even if Signature Trust starts pushing these last 2 towers on the bot lane, I don't think Faceless is going to be eager to go for a counter push until PA completes this BKB.
Yeah, I wonder how Signature Trust reads the game currently. Like, whether they think they're ahead, which they are not. They're down behind 2,000 net worth. But I feel like the momentum is definitely on their side. And they could be pressing for more if they like, but for the moment they seem to be just okay farming.
Which is surprising, because I would feel that Lone Druid, I mean, this is a great window right now. Hurricane Pike Mjolnir completed, top of the net worth right now. Mm-hmm. Might as well go for some pushes with your team, especially if Global Silence is up, but I don't really know what items they would be looking for right now, because, yeah, I don't know why they're not going for more aggressive pushes right now.
Yeah, I think the Global on cooldown is probably the biggest thing for me that they're not taking advantage of. Okay, well,
right.
They smoke up, and they're looking for something. Lakel's is in the front. Lakel's has the Desolator on top of that Linken's. Probably going to look for more damage, like an MKB to shut down that PA, make her cry. But,
Ah, yes, as he does queue that up immediately after.
And Mr. Jin is trailing behind with that smoke, but...
I don't know why they would smoke mid. It's not even like they have exceptional vision mid. I mean, they have this one... Actually, no, they don't have any. They don't have any vision, so I don't know why they're smoking for mid. There are no towers to get.
Yeah, they should be just
pushing.
pushing.
I would have figured you just go for the bot tier 1 push. Yeah.
It almost felt like
it
almost felt like they like, okay, we need to do something, so they smoke, but then without a clear goal in mind, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then
it was a bit.
Yeah. Like, all of this is giving Faceless a lot of time to recover. I mean, again, they're ahead in terms of net worth, but PA in particular needs a certain degree of items before she can fight. And she's getting time to get to those items.
Most of the time, Earthshaker, and near this bot shrine.
Okay.
Gone. Yeah, most of the time, whenever you go for a smoke like that and you don't get anything, the hope is that, well, at least the intimidation of all of us being off the map would mean that the enemy team's not going to farm. But Faceless were not scared at all. They were pushing, in fact, into blind vision.
My pro
Fissure
gets lifted, and now he's in a lot of trouble. They've lost 2 heroes back-to-back right outside of the Roshan pit. And now it does not matter that you have Global, because your teams are dead. And now Lakel's coming back in nuts. Does have to self-Yules, but should be dead. No, he drops the Fissure, steals Sakuchi. I'm out, baby.
Wait, and then a Sunstreak? What? Wait, oh, he had. How did he have vision of that?
I
How-
don't know. I actually
How
don't
did he have vision of that?
That's just chasing
They're
him
gonna
with
find
no
Mr.
HP.
Jin.
Yeah, Mr. Jin's gonna get caught here. BKB gets activated just for the kill. Alright, okay. I don't
And
think it
so
matters too
kills?
much whether he has 10-second BKB or not, because for Magnus, you just need the first 5 seconds.
Why, he mainly just needs us to purge off the silence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really does not matter the duration. Another Sunstrike on the bear? Oh, man. Oh. I am still, my mind is boggled at how Jabs managed to get that. Did he use... No, he didn't even, they didn't even use scan.
I
don't know how he did that.
I didn't even
What a
look
player.
at Jabs, because I didn't think Tigger was low or anything. I was just watching Lakel's getting juked. Like,
Well,
really-
Tigger's not low, but he has 1k HP, and this is a max Exort Aghanim Scepter Invoker, which
Sure.
does what?
so,
He doesn't have Sunstrike. Oh, wait, how do I open up Sunstrike?
you click on the spell thing,
It's 537 pure damage, yeah. That's a lot.
so half his HP. Yeah.
Yeah, low means if you have 50% of your HP, you're low.
So I think what we saw in the last like 5 minutes or so is just one team being more experienced than the other, because Trust had everything that they needed to take a fight and perhaps win it. Global Echo Slam, but they did not utilize it. They got caught out one by one, and all of a sudden, Aegis up on Faceless. I hear Sunstrike going off somewhere.
Yeah, it's just to discourage Mr. Jin. It was definitely an experience because it started from the smoke, and then after that, Faceless was able to get that 1-2 picks actually right next to the pit. Immediately went in, and then you'd think as Signature Trust, you're like, 2 of our heroes are down, we don't have great positioning, we shouldn't even be motioning towards the pit, because this Roche is going to go down very fast. It's a Desolator empowered PA.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to do anything, but they still kind of towed around it. Weaver got spotted, and then Earthshaker decided to show up, hoping for maybe a godlike Echo Slam, but you don't really need to take that kind of risk right now.
Yeah, and now PA's got BKB and Aegis. So, how do you kill her?
You wait, or you pray that Mr. Jin is going to put on a real show for us in this mid lane.
Link hook,
because-
Tigger,
Hook?
gonna get found, and he better pop that global now. No, he's dead. BKB has been activated on the left side. That's a BKB on Lone Druid, but Ice now goes invis, just playing with him. On the back side, like Hell's
He
is
has a
in.
Blink Dagger still. There we
Blink
go.
RP, but
No Stampede though.
is that going to be enough? It's not going to be enough. Blink and Chant Totem. Now Ice is going to get caught. Echo Slam onto XY. XY, keep in mind, he does have Aegis and BKB, but he's really being caught out here. The right click is going to get him dead. He's evading both of them.
Evade.
But they have an easy Blink Strike.
Oh,
onto Black.
Pudge, this bear is blocking the Pudge hook. Pudge can't
Okay.
save PA.
I mean, he could.
Oh,
he
but-
had Blink Strike, so he could Blink Strike up regardless.
Well, yeah, I suppose, assuming he didn't get
Kel's-
stunned.
Lakel's still in a lot of trouble here. He cannot time-lapse and just dies to a crit. 600. Yule Scepter being used offensively. Sunstrike as well as Ice Wall being dropped. And very similar to last game where the game was fairly even. They just get rolled over in one fight. And this could just be a Rax. You have Forge Spirit, you have Alacrity, you have Desolator. Thank God they don't have Empower and Black not hitting this hook, but... Oh my god, all of a sudden this game just...
Radiant's toughened up.
I mean, Citrus just got stomped.
Lone Druid it's much as how a real sniper is. If you're not allowed to siege from a distance, you're still not that great of a hero. Nice tornado and Sunstrike, immediately Mr. Jin taken down to half HP, despite having a raindrop as well.
Okay, well, it looks like thanks to the Lone Druid quick respawn time, that talent is... I don't know. It's actually unfair. They need to nerf the hell out of this talent. Minus 50-second respawn time. He's able to join back his team and defend the Rax, but the Rax is still open. And I don't think XY needed to pop his BKB there. No, he did. So, regardless, he did not die. And they could just kind of refresh, wait for the next round of spells, and then go again.
On the bright side, Weaver is making progress on his BKB. He's just around 1,600 gold away from completing it. And Lakel's was kind of just on the run most of the time. The problem with building an MKB means that the only defensive item Lakel's has is the Lincolns. And earlier on I said that there's not very many easy ways to pop the Lincolns, but now Faceless is perfectly okay just tossing out daggers or cold snaps and fade bolts to make sure that Lakel's is not going to be able to rely on that one defensive item to keep him alive in team fights.
And Rubik in particular, we've been seeing him. Oh, Blink RP.
Oh, RP. That tornado though might.
Sunstrike, they gotta be perfect on top, and well.
Oh, they're perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Time lapse does have a cast animation, so oftentimes you're like, I could go for the Shikuchi if I think I can run my way out, but yeah, this jabs. How could we doubt him? As PP gets a kill on Nuts in the mid lane, there was a 4-hero commitment to that though. And the Dire Courier goes down.
I mean, I don't think they care. Ice no, is like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you building up the bottom though. He's pushing fast. Okay, Blink and Chan Totem, pretty good. Lock him down. Okay, pops a BKB. Ice wants to go back in here. Doesn't have RP or anything, but just rails on the tower. That's gonna be the building. He could blink out very easily, and he does. And he's out.
Now BOT up to the top lane. XY is already pushing this tower. Last tier 2 going to go down uncontested. The map is shrinking for Signature Trust very quickly.
Faceless. Making this game look easy all of a sudden. Lone Druid farming in very dangerous territory, but perhaps the safest one for now.
Yeah, this might be the safest territory for him actually.
Oh, better not like this.
This should make my life easier.
So what is the justification for this Lone Druid BKB? Because, like I was saying earlier, I thought that Lone Druid works best when you're allowed to siege from afar, and that kind of assumes that no one's gonna get near me. I got an Underlord, I got an Earthshaker, I got a Silencer. All these heroes should be able to make sure that none of Faceless's heroes get on top of me. But he still felt necessary to build a BKB.
I think it's the right choice, because they do have ways to get on top of him, right? They have the Yules as a setup from the Rubik, as well as the Invoker. They have Blink Hook, obviously Magnus as a Blink Skewer tool if they want, or Blink RP.
He has a Pike though, which is like a pretty good defensive item against what Faceless has, because, I mean, sure, Blink Telekinesis is a thing, but that's an issue even if you do have a BKB.
I think the bigger thing is that, like, sure, you could use your
Shadow
range.
Blade Magnus. They have no detection.
My pro's
just
gonna
take
get
him.
Skewer back and Hook! Alright. That's okay. And they also steal Firestorm, so good luck with that push. Time to back it off, guys. The other thing about the BKB is, sure, you could use your range to... Oh, that tornado! I can hit on PP. You could use your range to, like, make sure you, like, not die, but for you to actually do damage, you need to just stand there and right-click. And the BKB is important for that.
I suppose, but then, yeah. And he's only had to use it once, so it's still a pretty healthy duration BKB, but I don't really know how many more fights Signature Trust can withstand.
Well, here's the thing. They haven't had a 5v5 fight, right, since the last BKB usage. It's just them getting picked, which is not what Trust wants. Alright, this Magnus is like... Oh.
The jig is up.
Wait.
Time to panic.
I mean, he's just...
And by that I mean it's time for Tigger to panic.
Okay. Silence him. But he's got BKB. Pops a Globo. Okay. Alright, do I have detection is the question. This is like a clown fiesta here by it, but looks like he's gonna go down. Nice Deathling Blast. And
It's okay. 9-second BKB baited out from Lone Druid. Global Silence baited
Sunstrike
out.
the Bear! Got him. 300
Sunstrike
gold.
the Bear.
Yeah.
There you go. You see all these cooldowns that were just now wasted? Ice, what a player.
I mean, I think you said that Ice was feast or famine.
What a player.
That perhaps was... I mean, I like the whole right-click on Tigger. I don't think Tigger expected that. Tigger's like, oh, you're in Miss right now. It's time for you to run. It's like, nope. It's time for you to run.
Look, and all that time, managed to help Black complete an Aghanim Scepter on this Pudge, and we got a BKB completed on Jab's Invoker. They're ready to rock.
Yeah. By the way, Lone Drew has a bear on him. So, or sorry, has a gem on him. So this Ice little stint should be up.
It's okay. He did the mental damage. He forced this gem buyout, right? And now all Faceless cares about is 5-manning probably. After this Roche, which has just now come up, that's going to be probably pretty easily claimed by Faceless, seeing as how Radiant Team has no vision whatsoever and no real way to check. They have... No. They don't. They have a bear, but it's in the bot lane.
Yeah, Rubik also has a gem, so that could explain why there's essentially no vision on the map. Alright. I'm waiting for Pudge to hit 25 because it's gonna be lowsy. He's gonna walk up there and tank. Although, have you seen people gotten the plus 120 rot damage ever?
No, I don't see anyone go for the interesting damage ones. Like, I haven't seen 25 Juggernaut Blade Fury damage either. And I think it's, well, I mean, I understand why no one goes for it, but I really want to see it. I want to see a really high DPS Blade Fury one time.
What's the other Juggernaut choice? I don't play a lot of Jugs, so I don't know.
It's some, like, legitimate carry talent, like attack speed or agility or damage, one of those. So, obviously I'm not surprised that people go for that option, but still, like, Blade Fury, this could be sleeper damage.
I mean, when you're relying on Blade Flurry and not your right clicks in the late game, something's going wrong. Alright, well,
Trust wants a challenge.
Fly through.
Global's down for...
Yeah,
but there are gems. Gems.
The gem
hooks.
is not here, and Mr. Jin's gonna get caught. Link, right click's gonna come through. Skewer, RP, that's gonna find two. There's Ring of Aquila on the ground. Ice. Probably should have killed it. Okay, does not get the kill, but...
Oh, but if he kills this bear, he gets the... Oh, wait, no, never mind, sorry. He almost
killed
gets the
the
kill.
Ring of Aquila. Regardless, on the backside, Tigger's gonna get caught here by Japs. That was just super uncoordinated. I mean, yes, there's a gem, but the gem guy was not walking in the front.
Yeah, this was another example of Signature Trust being maybe a little less than seasoned. Without a global silence, really, you have a snowball's chance in hell of winning that fight. And, I mean, Jabs didn't even have to use his 10-second BKB to get out of anything, because he was dictating the pace of the fight.
Yep.
I don't really know, like, so let's say they didn't take that fight, and now global is up, Weaver didn't have to buy back. Would they be able to defend this? I don't know. But now it's even that much harder. The bear gets hooked.
Not being microed. And Echo Slam! Pretty good setup. I would say yes if they had Global on top, but Global is not online for a couple more seconds. XY smelts people now. Weaver, okay, gets Yules. He needs the Sakuchi. Nice time lapse. He's back. Gem does hit the deck here. Anybody gonna pick it up? Nice Pit of Malice. But Tornado is gonna be even better. Getting two. Definitely Blast. Not catching up here. Mixing the combo slightly. XY just tanking up in the front line. Gets rerouted again, down to about half HP. Gotta be very, very careful. Here comes Lakel's coming in. The right clicks. The damage is gonna be great. Okay, but it's not gonna be enough. Lakel's gonna cost. He's gonna be fine. Global Silence gonna get used. They still see him with the gem here. Lakel's pops his shrine, getting a little bit of HP back. He should be fine, but Jabs dropping the Sunstrike. Not gonna hit here. Lakel's is on the run. Tigger trying to run himself, but he's just getting found here. Jabs, is he gonna be able to get the kill with the Tornado? Yes, he is. The Refused Raindrop's not going to be enough. Lakel's now chasing against Jabs. Jabs does have invisibility. We'll go into it very quickly. Lakel's still on the chase, but here comes Ice. They see him, they break him, and they kill him. Faceless. Just kiting and toying, and now PP's going to come in. It looks like the Skewer's going to miss out. I do believe they got in the melee set of racks. I think in Faceless' mind, they should be able to get more, but still a decent defense by Trust, but they kind of just threw themselves to the guillotine there.
They did, but yeah, I'm surprised they only managed to take one structure out of all of that. It's not too high of a priority to be objective-minded Dota right now because, I mean, XY still has plenty of room to grow. Only has the Basher completed. I'm sure he's going for the Abyssal next. So, I suppose after you force out a Weaver buyback, sure, take the fight. Maybe make sure that Weaver goes deeper into the debt that he used to be. Top 3 net worth, now he's bottom 5 net worth, so...
Like, yeah. He's looking like America right now. That debt is not going away. It is going more and more.
Weaver's just graduated college, and he's not being able to find a job right now, and he's gonna not be up for this defense, and no buyback either.
No global either, for a while. 30 seconds. 30 seconds is all they need. And now Blink Skewer, that's gonna find one. My Pro!
Echo Slam's up, though.
Okay. Would have been a pretty good echo there, but Mr. Jin's still waiting. I mean, Weaver's also dead for a while. He's looking for the echo. Fissure, that's going to be good on couple. I think they really need Weaver to actually fight this. And now, Ice walking back in. I do believe they have a couple of sentries being laid down. XY now focusing on the range racks. This is do or die, but Ice in a very good spot. He's looking for the RP. Blink RP. That's going to be into 2. Oh no, they're actually Tornado messing things up here. But XY popping the BKB. Looks like still disarm is Lakel as he's trying to go back in. Global Silence gets popped off, but BKB jabs, he's gonna just be able to back off Mr. Jin. Okay, Fissure's gonna get stolen by
right
Nuts.
with the BKB ends.
Yeah,
But no follow-up.
that's right. Oh my god, Mr. Jin.
Oh, Mr. Jin.
Yeah. Triangle boots didn't work there. It's okay.
Faceless is putting a lot of priority on these decoy targets, I suppose, because Lone Druid is doing what I was hoping, that he would just be able to sit back in the fight, toss these candlesticks at people, and not really get focused by anyone. I don't think that RP caught the Lone Druid, did it? I don't think it did. But whatever the case...
It caught two heroes, but the thing is, during the skewer back, the tornado put them in the air.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah, I think PP did actually get caught, but then once he hit the ground after the tornado, immediately activated BKB, backed up, and then just started chucking right clicks at people. And PA went down very quickly thanks to this MKB completion on PP, and even Invoker in his BKB. You would have thought that a level 25 Invoker would be able to just do whatever he wants in the enemy base, but not against this Lone Druid.
Yeah. I mean, had that combo not being messed up, I think they would just win the fight right there.
True.
There. Please.
It just got summoned.
And now it's dead. Thanks to the farm. Well, I mean, your bear's not that important, I guess.
Oh, that hook. No, it's not very important. Oh, these hooks.
Yeah, the cooldown. He blinks away. He's playing with them.
He still has plenty of mana. It's up again.
That's
He can hook his teammate out.
Okay, he does.
Yeah.
And the fissure, I like it. Mid hook, and now they're on the chase. Look else. But here comes the RP. They can RP him. Blink RP. That's gonna be on the 2 on the back line here. And here comes the combo. Black comes in. The tornado should pick up yet another kill, and they're now chasing Tigger on the right side. My Pro's still alive, but not for long. He's also gonna go down. The candlesticks, as you call it, not gonna be enough. Blink fissure from Nuts. He pops a BKB, but he has to just man fight here. He goes for Nuts, but the self heals. The bite. XY comes in, and now beyond godlike. Double kill streak on jabs. They hex him up, and that's gonna be yet another kill. Well, that was not even close.
That was the combo that they were hoping to get in that earlier fight. They got the RP, they waited, and then they got the tornado. Black TP'd it, or blinked in with the Shiva's guard, got the hook off on Mr. Jin before he was able to, I guess, be un-RP'd, and just really nicely played by Team Faceless as Lone Druid vanishes.
He does, but he does have the 50-second quick respawn time.
That's true.
But the game ends. Well,
I can't say I'm surprised, which I don't want to be mean to Signature Trust, but...
Oh, come on, you're the meanest caster in A. You could be mean.
Signature Trust, what are they even wasting my time here for? No, it was, how do you deal with Black Pudge? You can't ban it, obviously, you just have to play against it, apparently.
I think this game they did a lot better against the Black Pudge, at least in the laning stage, right? He did put Faceless ahead, but not by the same degree as the game 1. I think it's more of the mid game. I think once Magnus got his Blink Dagger, and more importantly the Shadow Blade, he was able to find a lot of easy picks. Multiple times, Trust, especially rotation throughout the map, just got picked off one by one, and Faceless just got too many easy kills. And led to Roche, led to Raxus, and yeah.
Yeah, you had mentioned it earlier on that ultimately it probably came down to the fact that these teams are probably one is more experienced than the other. I saw plenty of mechanical skill coming out from all players, and I mean honestly, I would give my MVP of that match last game to Mr. Jin, because that Earthshaker basically ensured that Signature Trust had a way to stay relevant in the first 30 minutes of the game. Right. Unfortunately, Faceless just have that veteran, just the mentality to be able to go up against losing an early game. Yeah,
they got that shot caller, which I don't know if Trust has or need a better one. But either case, we're going to be done with the series. 2-0 sweep here for Faceless. I don't think a lot of people expect it differently. Coming up next, we got WG Unity versus Next Gen. And that's going to be scheduled in 1 hour's time. So we'll see you in 60 minutes, unless we start a little bit early. I doubt that's going to be the case. But you could give a shout out, or I'm going to give a shout out to Tsunami, my co-caster today. You could check him out at Tsunami643. Is that correct? That is correct, right?
That's correct, okay. Yes.
And yeah, we're going to take a long break now. So stay tuned. We'll see you in about an hour.